So complacency can be an absolute tumor in your business if you allow it to get into your headspace and mindset. Welcome to the Time Domination Show. I am your host, James Ballman, and if you are coming through, please do let me know. Complacency, wow, geez, that's one of those things that I put forward to my first business probably going wrong, actually. Because on my first business, I became very complacent with the way that we were moving. What I mean by that is that we were growing really well. And I took my foot off of the gas, thinking almost that we had made it. Almost that what we had built was unbreakable. And that just showed my naivety in the process of being in business. Now, I was very early on in the stages of my business there. I didn't really have the experience at the time, and I didn't really have the understanding and the emotional intelligence in terms of complacency and what it meant. Now, that complacency caused me an awful lot of stress emotionally and mentally when suddenly that momentum had stopped. And then suddenly the issues of revenue not coming in started hitting us. So I learned quite a hard way of how complacency can affect your business. Now, if you take your foot off the gas, if you lose the momentum, if you think you've had a good couple of months or weeks and you think you're there, you're nowhere near there. And I think it's really important to do this video and raise this subject because I don't want people to be in the same position that I was all of those many years ago when I felt very, very vulnerable about the position I'd put myself in. Now, I want to talk about the attitude and the mindset that I have today so that I don't become complacent. The majority of it is how I build my state of mind, how I focus my own energy and drive through my state of mind. But some of it is external. So let me explain. Every time I walk into the office, I walk into the office as though I've just hired this brand new office. I've just bought all these new computers. I've just got all of the books and the furnishings, and I've just spent the weekend setting it up for a brand new venture, brand new build, brand new business that I have no customers, that I have no revenue, that I have nothing coming in. And I'm starting from scratch. And that is the mentality that I have every single day towards my business. Because by doing that, that keeps me hungry, that keeps me focused, that keeps my energy levels high, that keeps up the momentum, and that keeps up that fear. And it's the fear of, actually, if I don't show up, I don't have a business. Whereas if I had a couple of clients or had a good month or a good couple of months, I could probably maybe take my foot off the gas and I'd go, fucking hell, this is, I'm doing really well, we're winning. And I never do that. I acknowledge the wins that come along and I acknowledge that there are some good milestones reached, but I realise there's a lot more work to do. And it has changed the game for me considerably, mentally, emotionally, and physically. Because it hasn't allowed me to relax my values, my characters, my principles in business. It makes me keep showing up. It makes me keep showing up to the highest level. And it makes sure that I am sharp every single day in that business. Now, the external factors are something that we've been experiencing really recently. And that's with Facebook, with advertising, restrictions to advertising. So because we are restricted on advertising and we can't grow in that respect at the minute, it means that I have to 10x my efforts in terms of, right, how can I make the most of this situation? And I have my little moments of my pity party, as my coach would say, but it allows me to build the fire to say, how can I do this without advertising? How can I build this? How can I get around these problems to be able to grow and thrive and not be complacent or not rest on my laurels? And I feel that in the last 3 months, that has helped me considerably in terms of looking at my business and not just relying on paid traffic coming in. It's allowed me to look at how can I raise my game? How can I drum up business in other areas? How can I put myself out there and get myself noticed even more? And the more that we do that, the further away complacency seems, because complacency is going to close you down, like personally and professionally. So the further we can stay away from complacency, the better. So kind of ask yourself those questions. If all social media platforms closed tomorrow, what would you do? How would you cope? And it's not being so reliant on that one source. And that is about being proactive. It's about being focused, about being hungry. It's about looking at all the different angles that are going on. And by doing all of this and acting like a brand new business owner, it keeps you sharp. It keeps you away from the dreaded tumor of complacency. And I just wanted to share that with you because I really want to raise your self-awareness. I really want you to grow and thrive in your own business. So to be able to do that, we've got to be sharp. To do that, we've got to have the right state of mind. Stay away from complacency. Have a great day. Have a great week.